did I tell you guys we just moved like a few months ago? So we were in the process of selling our house, and we got an offer that we accepted that was like list price, a cash offer, okay? So we accepted the offer, and we like went under contract with this person. Our neighbors in that neighborhood were all like older and retired age.
Right. Yeah.
So we accidentally moved into a retirement neighborhood kind of a few years ago when we bought that house. It was all like mostly one-story houses, or like the master was always on the first floor. So I guess just all old people like living in that kind of house, and we didn't realize it until we moved in. But anyway, all our neighbors are like old. I hope whoever just we accepted their offer, I hope that they'll get along with our neighbors.
Right.
So I Googled the person's name in the contract. I couldn't find her on social media. She wasn't on Facebook or anything, but an article came up, and I'm not gonna say their names, but an article came up about her husband, who was a police officer in like a surrounding Chicago suburb. Yeah. The article was about how he had stolen like $70,000 from the police department.
Right.
Defunding the police, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, he kind of took it under his own, under his own wing.
Yeah, but
Actions,
it wasn't just the police department. It was like a charity that the police department was running.
Oh.
So I was like, oh my God, these people are like pieces of shit. And they're gonna move into my neighborhood with like a bunch of my like sweet old neighbors.
Right.
So it wasn't just that. The rest of the article was like, his bail is set for like $200,000 or something. But luckily his wife, who is the name that I Googled, can pay for it because she just won the Illinois lottery for $2 million.
The Illinois, that's not that much money. She won the lottery?
Well, for being such big pieces of shit, that's a lot of money,
but then
I think.
also the lottery, at least here, do you have the lottery in the UK?
Yeah, weirdly, despite the fact that gambling is like so regular.
Yeah, so because here there's like
we have the Euro Millions. That's like
interesting, but yeah, it's like they're scaling degrees of winning the lottery. Yeah, because there's like the biggest one where you win like $1 billion,
yeah,
and then like kind of all the way to like $15, you know, or another ticket for free or something like that. So
that could be how I get mine.
Yeah, Danny, you'd have to win big enough to get another ticket for free.
Yeah,
but you have to pay for the first ticket also.
Do you think that could be like an infinite money loop if you just keep using the money to buy more tickets,
right?
And then you just keep winning?
Yeah, technically it's possible.
I guess
that's right.
It's not so much an infinite money loop in that basically you just spent $1 forever.
Yeah, like if you only you have to win at least another ticket, but then you would also have to have the opportunity to win more, because if you just win another ticket over and over, then that's kind of like you've been sentenced to a never-ending loop of playing the lottery.
Your Sunday nights are just like busy.
Yeah, it's not an infinite money loop. It's like an infinite work loop.
Work loop of buying lottery tickets.
Best case scenario, you end with the dollar that you started the loop with.
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. So there's an end to this story that's even crazier. Okay.
Okay.
Now
this person stole $70,000 from a charity.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And so
his wife won the lottery, just like happened to at the same time that he was stealing money, and it's like I guess he didn't need to steal all that money because his wife just won the lottery. You know, he should have just waited.
Sometimes it's for the thrill.
I guess. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
Speaking of for the thrill. Okay. So they offered us cash offer, and so after I found out they won the lottery, I was like, no wonder they offered us a cash offer on the house. That makes sense. But then they just like ghosted us after we signed the contract. We were waiting for them to put their like earnest money deposit, and they never did. Yeah, eventually they just like, we had to like cancel that offer, and eventually someone else like bought the house. But when our realtor was talking to like the new person's realtor who actually bought the house, that realtor was like, so why did the previous offer fall through? Because he was like worried there's something wrong with the house or something.
Right.
And our realtor started to explain to them what happened. He was like, I don't know. They like had some kind of family emergency, and the other realtor was like, was it an all cash offer? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, did they have to go out of state for like a family emergency or something? And he was like, yeah. And then he was like, was it? And then he said the person's name.
Yo.
And he was like, yes. And he was like, they have done this 72 times.
What?
Allegedly. In the Illinois like area. They're like well known for doing this for the thrill, apparently, for no other reason.
Because what do you get like
No, you couldn't possibly.
They just want someone to be like, okay, you could buy our house, and they're like, yes, and then they're like, that's it.
For the thrill, there's a lot of thrilling stuff you can do with $2 million. I feel like do one of those thrilling things. Buy a jet ski.
I don't know, dude. I think these people are just kind of like
Weird.
just a little wacky. I don't know.
It's like Ocean's 11. They have enough money, but it's like career criminals. You know?
Yeah, they just have to do one last job, so to speak. But the job is like making it harder for me to sell my house.
They have
Yeah.
to bother one last
They're
Chicago
actually
and
caught in a loop where they keep winning the lottery, but they have to put a cash. It's for a new ticket and a cash offer on a house.
Yeah.
for a new contract to
Yeah,
sign.
and then
And
they
they literally just diss it, like not a word from them.
I think like so they disappeared for like a week and then texted their real estate agent that they had a family emergency, and so then that made it back to us and they said they couldn't continue with the house. So I'm assuming that that's what they do every time.
I wonder if they're using the same real estate agent. And if you scroll up in their text
He's like,
history,
"Oh,
it's
come
like,
on."
yeah, another family emergency happened.
And this real estate agent is just
happened
none the wiser. They just have not
71
figured it
other
out.
times.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
How many real estate agencies can be available in the local Illinois
Right,
area?
right.
Yeah, it's a good point. No, I told another family member that, and they were like, "What if the person who actually did buy your house, like, hired those people to try to get the price on your house down? Because we actually did have to like lower the price after we put it back on the market, because it was kind of like, you know, we had it off the market for so long while we were waiting for them to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true, but
Yeah. I wonder.
They've done it 71 times before. I think they can do it in 70 seconds.
Because like if
Yeah.
you do that with like eBay sales, it's like technically, I don't know if it's illegal or if it's just against their terms of service. But I think there's got to be some sort of fraud that's happening there, right?
it definitely does feel like some kind of fraud.
Yeah.
Gucci girl, how you doing? How you moving, girl? Moving, girl. How's your day looking? That future girl, yeah, we on now. Take my money, go away, all you want it. Girl, too rich for me.